Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel, YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be working on this raised bed for the spring summer cover crop. Uh, if you remember, I plan to plant corn and beans in here. I decided not to plant squash this year, at least in this raised bed, just because it takes a lot of room, and I have other place to put it instead. So this raised bed will be corn and beans only. Um, as you can see, I took off the mulch from this raised bed. Um, right now, what I'm gonna do is you can see it's all bumpy and stuff. So I'm gonna try to load out as much as I can, and then add some compost. Um, because it's almost April 1st, and I think on uh, April 1st, I'm gonna harvest some compost. Hopefully for the first time ever, and I'll make that a video. Um, you'll be seeing this on Monday. So on Tuesday, I'll be harvesting compost, and I'm gonna show you where I do that next. But either way, I have tons of worm castings that I can use as I guess like a mulch, but it's not gonna be really a mulch. So like I said earlier, I took off all the mulch from here. I'm gonna let it out right now, and then add the compost. All right. So just for you guys, I'm gonna speed this up, just in case I took a long time doing this, or uh, yeah. If you remember when I first backfilled this raised bed, you know this side of the raised bed has the most biochar. So we'll see if that plays an effect on growing the corn and beans. Um, this is just a mini experiment, just because I didn't have enough sifted soil at this time, and I had plenty of biochar. Alright, YouTube, so you can see I leveled it out as best as I could. I scratched basically the top part of the soil. You can see there's some mulch that I left by accident just because it was too small to grab or whatever. I guess right now we'll just add the compost. It's gonna be the worm compost that I made, and I'll show you what it looks like right now. Alright, YouTube, so this is how my worm casts look like. You've probably seen better worm casts through other YouTubers who make worm castings, but literally this is my first time ever making it, so I think it's pretty good for my first time, especially not in a actual worm bin like you see in worm composting videos. So I'm pretty happy with it, and yeah, we're gonna use this to basically top dress that free raised bed. All right, YouTube. So this is how the raised bed looks like before I spread all the compost, and I have one last 5-gallon bucket to fill this area. But before that, I wanted to show you how the soil looks like before we dump it in for the end of March. So let's take a look together and see what we get. Nothing too fancy, nothing to write home about. So yeah, I guess nothing too much. You can see it's mostly in my native soil, especially how I backfilled it. Obviously, be in my native soil, but we'll see how it turns out with the compost that I'll be adding. All right, I'll be right back as soon as I'm done with that. All right, YouTube. So I don't know if you want to see me spread the compost, but that's what I'm gonna do right now. Is spread the compost. Um, the last bucket I added had the most amount of worms in it because the worms are in the bottom layer. So obviously there is worms in this worm castings. So I'm happy this raised bed to be getting that. Hopefully this raised bed will be a lot more active than it is currently. But we'll see. But yeah, guys, for right now, I'm gonna speed this up, just in case you don't want to watch all of this, or if you do, you can slow it down, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna speed this up for you guys. All right, YouTube. So you can see, I spread it out as best as I could. Even though this side you can see it's a lot darker. I think it's because it's deeper, so it's a lot more wet. So that's why I think it's darker. Besides, um, other than that, I spread it as best as I could. If I can find a worm for you guys, just to show you that there is worms in this. This was a worm composting bin, where I had it at least. And yeah, I did the best as I could. And the next thing I'm gonna do is just water it in, and then call it a day, I guess. So I don't know if you want to see that, but let me show you something else first. Okay, so that raised bed literally took all the compost that I had left. You know, it was a lot for me, but I guess for that raised bed it wasn't that much. So yeah, I'm just watering it in. All right, guys, now it's time for me to water it in. I'm gonna start from the dry side to the wet side. So I'm gonna water for like 20 seconds. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. I'll do updates on the other two raised beds on a later date. I just want to focus on this raised bed, just because I'm trying to get it ready for the corn and beans. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next video. Peace.